Hey, all you beautiful dudes and dudettes out there. This is Toy Shiz, and today we're going to be talking about who in the holy heck is the brand new Marvel Legends SPDR Build-A-Figure robot. And I gotta say, it's quite an obscure reference. It's not something that everyone's going to know. It's not something that even I knew. I had to go and do a little bit of research, and it's an interesting story, and I think one that everyone can be a little bit more well versed in, just so you know who your action figures are, because we know there isn't going to be a bio going with this dude anytime soon. So let's get into it. Okay, so this particular story begins in the Edge of Spider-Verse number 5, and the issue was written by Gerard Way and art by Jake Wyatt, Ian Hearing, and lettered by Clayton Cowles. So thank you for that. It's a fairly simple story. It's part of the whole Spider-Verse, basically, where Marvel wanted to take every marketable Spider-Man character that's ever existed and pretty much craft a so-so story, and then make a bunch of action figures, which that's where I come in. That's what I'm digging. I used to be a big fan of comics. I've said in previous videos and such, I feel like a lot of my comic knowledge is basically here and there and hearsay of what other people are talking about these days. But I was a big 80s, 90s, into the 2000s fan, and then it just kind of got obscure with all the reboots and everything else like that. So a lot of my knowledge remains in the past, but you know what? I'm happy to have it that way, because that's my version of comics, and now everyone else in future now has their own version, which is pretty cool. So anyways, let's start it off. Here's the story. So there's a alternate universe where it's basically a very manga anime inspired sort of deal within the Marvel continuity. And this is all, again, part of the Spider-Verse. So what happens is there is a kind of like a giant mech Spider-Man suit, and it's piloted by this world's version of Peter Parker. And I guess his name in it's not, he doesn't really go by Spider-Man, he goes by Spinner. In some series of an accident or fight or something like that, he ends up getting killed. These scientists go in and they start talking about, well, it's really sad, he passed away, blah, blah, blah. He has a daughter named Penny Parker. So, because she has the same sort of DNA, she can be linked to this robot, and there is a, this is where it gets weird. It's like a giant radioactive spider that essentially powers this suit, so when it bites you, it psychically links you to it and allows you to operate the suit. Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, it's interesting, but it's like, okay, cool. You could just put Spider-Man in the suit. It doesn't have to be that deep. Anyways, so what happens is, basically, Penny gets recruited. She gets bitten by the spider. She gets psychically linked with this thing. And then 5 years later, it shows her going into battle. This, like, techno-organic style version of Mysterio shows up. He's basically like a giant floating eyeball, starts terrorizing the city. Penny suits up, goes and just annihilates him. He turns out to be some kind of like weird fanboy of hers, so that's really weird. Anyways, later in the issue, she teams up with Daredevil. They have a sandwich together. Where, no joke, they legit have a sandwich. No word on what the sandwich was. And then they go and they beat up the equivalent of every single 80s, 90s, 2000s anime character. There's like Akira, Ghost in the Shell. They just lay him out. I don't know. I think that's kind of a funny touch. Anyways, oh, kind of like after this whole battle thing ends, Spider-Ham and Spider-Man the End show up, explain that, there's this dude named Moreland. He's trying to annihilate all the Spider-Verse characters, and they gotta go stop him. So, not much information is given regarding, what exactly SPDR is. Basically, it's just a big robotic spider suit that's psychically linked with a little girl that happens to be the daughter of Peter Parker. So, real exciting, I know. Anyways, it's an interesting story, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a backstory to, the figure. I'm excited about the figure. I think it looks great. I'm really happy that Hasbro utilized the Build-A-Figure to make a giant, robotic Spider-Man. So I can't complain. So there you have it. A little bit of a backstory behind an action figure that's coming up soon. Probably just after summer to fall, we should have this in hand. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe so that you can see lots more of these types of videos. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Toy Shiz. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these because, a lot of people have been asking me, who's this character? What's this character about? And I actually kind of like doing this kind of thing. So I will fill you in on the obscure. Thank you again for watching, and also, hit the little ringing bell icon. That way, it'll let you know whenever I post more videos like this, so you can stay caught up on your Marvel Legends. It's a win-win situation. Anyways, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the SP / DR robot or SPDR robot, and tell me if you're going to be picking it up. Tell me your thoughts and concerns on a BAF of this size, and I will see you guys later. Adios.